Oh wow, actually I forgot. Wow, this is sure commonplace again. Well, anyway, this last episode I did was Sin and Punishment, a Japanese import game for the 64. Well, I thought I'd keep the import fun coming along by doing another import, this time for the Saturn. And it's another awesome Capcom fighting game. Back in the day, you've probably seen me review games like the Street Fighter franchise, as well as Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the Sega, for the Dreamcast, which I reviewed earlier this year, in this season. I think I've even reviewed Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Well, today's episode will be the amazing X-Men vs. Street Fighter. As you can see, it's an import game also because we in America never got this. Well, thanks to me now having a region-modded Sega Saturn, although if you have an action replay for the Sega Saturn, you can play it like this too. But anyway, it's X-Men vs. Street Fighter for the Sega Saturn, so let's roll those credits as always, and start sharpening those adamantium claws, prep the Hadoukens, and let's get fighting! X-Men vs. Street Fighter came out in 1997 for the Sega Saturn. It did get a PlayStation 1 port, but it was not true to the arcade, due to it going back to the best out of 3 format. As I believe the PlayStation did not have the RAM necessary to do what the Saturn could, which is kind of weird. Although the Sega Saturn version, being it a Japanese import, utilized the 4 megabyte RAM expansion for better animations and other kind of cool things. And I think that's why it was much better than the PlayStation version, because I don't think if the PlayStation 1 could do RAM expansions like the Saturn, and even the N64 could do that too. So it's kind of weird, but anyway, yeah. But this is fun fighting game. Basically, this is basically the first installment in the Versus series of Capcom fighting games. Because after this, there's then the Marvel Superheroes versus, I think it was Marvel Superheroes versus Capcom or something like that. Oh yeah, I think it was something like that. But yeah. I forget what it was exactly, but it was. And then after that one, there was, of course, Marvel vs. Capcom, and then Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and so on and so forth. But being said that, this is a really, really fun game. Granted, the roster isn't quite as big as the later installments came out to be. Most notably, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which I've reviewed on which I've reviewed earlier in this year. Whereas that had like over 50 people to choose from, this game has way less than that. But it's still very fun to play. And it's also really cool, some other cool features were implemented as well. But this game borrows the numerous features from other Capcom Marvel licensed games, such as the Super Jump, which is the ability to jump way high, and the quote-unquote, and the Aerial Rave, which is that you can do combos in the opponent while in the air, which is pretty freaking awesome. I haven't done it too much, but I'll have to do that a little bit more. I don't know if I did it for this gameplay footage, but it was pretty cool. And of course, it also brings back the Hyper Combo gauge, which is that bar at the bottom of the screen. As you do it, you fill up the combo bar, and then, when it gets big enough, you can pull off an ultra combo awesome move that wipes out a lot of health. So that's cool too, and I did that a lot too. And also, there's also other moves such as the various combination where both characters use your combo simultaneously, as well as the variable counter, which kind of like is a defense block into an offensive move by taking in the other character that's off screen. So that's cool too. Option wise, there's arcade mode, which is the arcade game pretty much, and versus mode, where you can play against a friend locally, of course. And actually, what's cool is I just recently got new control pads for my Sega Saturn, so I was able to play this quite easier nowadays. Although I'm not too good with a fighting stick, so I'm kind of sucky at it. So I usually like using a pad and stuff. So, but I did all right. And of course, the end villain, the end boss in this game in arcade mode is Apocalypse. I forget what the whole plot of the story is. All I know is you just keep beating on, go up the ladder, beating people, beating different teams, and then beating Apocalypse, and boom, there you go. And of course, since I can't read Japanese, it's kind of hard to read. Since this is an import, really can't read what they're saying. All I know is I just beat up a lot of people again, and I just win, pretty much. This is a fun game. Sometimes I like making up stuff. Like my team here was like Wolverine and Rue. So I go jokingly. So Rue goes. I think I go Wolverine. It goes like, hey Hadouken boy. And he goes, and I go, Rue, be quiet, Iron Man. And then I go, and then Wolverine stares intensely at Rue. That's like a little joke and stuff. So yeah, that was pretty funny. I like thinking stuff like that. Because I can't read Japanese, so I just make stuff up in my head. It's either really funny or really, really, really weird. But I go by really funny and weird, maybe. If you're looking to pick this up, and if you don't want to emulate it, which again is your choice, if you don't have the console when you emulate it, either on MAME or other emulators, go for it. To me, at this point, I think I mentioned before in another video that I know emulation can be a really tricky wicket, so I'll just say, do what you want, awesome. But if you want to be like me and get the actual physical copy of this, then I got this. It wasn't as expensive as I thought it was. It's gone down in price a lot. I don't know how much I got for exactly. I think it was less than $40 even. I got it for really cheap. And yeah, and what's nice is I have a region modded Sega Saturn. But as long as you have an action replay, you can play this game because the action replay has a built-in RAM update for either 1 megabyte or 4 megabyte. So as long as you have it, you should be able to play this game. So any way you slice it, you can as long as you can either go at the emulation, or I think it might be even on the arcade 1-up machine. I'm not too sure. Because I know arcade 1-up recently released a fighting game machine with Marvel and stuff, but I don't know if it's on that one. But I know for sure I got this copy I'm playing now. Again, I'm playing this copy. I'm doing this review using my region modded Sega Saturn through my open source scan converter upscaled to 480p. I do it more. I upscale the, and also what I do also with all of my videos I do on YouTube, I upscale all of those to 1080p as well. So I turn them to a 1080p image through 1080p through MPEG Streamclip. So, and actually thanks to my Mac updating to Catalina, I can't really use MPEG Streamclip on the Mac side of things. But thankfully, I have a virtual machine of Windows on my Mac, so I can and that will use MPEG Streamclip. So I do it that way, and I do that. I bring it to the Mac side, and then I do it, and then I upload it. So maybe one of these days I'll do a behind-the-scenes video of how I do a power up one of these days. But I'll think about it. But anyway, but to me, if you're gonna get this game, totally get it. If you like Capcom fighting games and you wanna play this, it's really fun game. I'm a big fan of the Capcom fighting games. I don't mind SNK stuff, but I've always liked the Street Fighter franchise quite a bit. Although I'm not all that good at it. I'm not the best at it, but I do alright. And I know there's a couple other people that are a lot better than me. I've seen a lot of people when I used to be on Instagram. There are a lot of people that were a little bit better than me. Although Although I would highly suggest, even though nowadays I usually don't suggest people nowadays to follow, but if you're still on Instagram, and stuff, even on Twitch, feel free to. I think this one lady called Gym Leader Vita was pretty cool at Street Fighter and stuff. I think she played it a bit on her streams, but I haven't seen her stream lately. But give her a follow. And then let's see. I think who else? I think who else? I don't know who else, but I know. But while I'm at it, if you want some Twitch people to follow, I know. I'll mention those in my end credits. But I know I also like. There's a couple of people that I'll mention to follow in the thing below. Oh, and on another note, I actually got some Pokemon games today. As of this recording, I finally got Pokemon Red and Blue back in my collection. And speaking of that, I actually followed this really nice streamer the other day, called apparently with a very interesting name. I think she's called like Candy Cakes or something. I think she's called Candy Cakes. I know it's a really interesting name, but yeah, she's pretty good. I was just watching her play Pokemon Sword and Shield. So if you like Pokemon Sword and Shield, give it a look. Give her channel a look. So she's not too shabby at it. She's pretty good at it. So anyway, any other mentions I'll mention in my end credits and stuff. So anyway, my recommendation skill of X-Men vs Street Fighter is highly recommended.